Yeah, I believe it was last week.
Last week,
Yeah,
okay.
last week.
And that is grade 6, module 3A, unit 2, lesson 6. It's a mid-unit assessment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I have copies of this for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first thing I want to do is look at the 3 standards that are addressed in this lesson. They're up on the wall there. So Ms. Katie, would you like to read these, please?
Analyze in detail how a key individual, event, or idea is introduced, illustrated, and elaborated.
Okay. Ms. Talent, number 2.
RI 6.4, determine the meaning of words and phrases as they are used in a text, including figurative.
Ms. Diaz?
Determine author's point of view or purpose in a text and explain how it is conveyed in the text.
Okay, cool. What I want to do is unpack the standard, and I really want to say how much I appreciate you guys and your patience with me. I am not an ELA guy by trade. I'm more of a science math person. So I really appreciate your patience. Although I have grown tremendously in the last 2 years in ELA, especially with Common Core, I still need a lot of work in determining what we want the kids to know and show for the different standards. So I want to spend about 2 minutes or so, 3 minutes, and take this apart and with your help. Think about, for each of the standards, maybe 1 or 2 things that we want the kids to know and what we want the kids to show in order to know that they mastered these items. Analyze in detail how key individual event idea is introduced, illustrated, and elaborated. What do you want the kids to know and show?
We're doing 6.3.
Oh, and the 3 minutes is for all of them, and I'm gonna write them up. So just take a few seconds. Kids.
One.
Just
all
one for
standards?
just one for each one.
Oh, okay. I see.
And this is very interesting. They're so different than the math standards. Okay, wrap up your thoughts. All right, what do we put for no? For 6.3.
What analyze means.
What does analyze mean? Okay. Or the definition of analyze. Anything else?
How you can show illustrating or illustrations in the text?
That's more show.
Oh, okay.
So
I put-
what do they need to know?
They need to know who are the main characters
Okay.
and what is the main idea of
Yep.
the text.
You got it. That's what I put. I'm sorry. Oh, you got it. I'm assuming I'm.
Yes, 100 points.
I put main idea
Mm-hmm.
when I did this. I think they have to know the main idea, definitely. And then, and so in order to show that they have mastery of that, how would they be able, or how would they need to show it? Katie, you were saying something.
Oh, I was just saying, well, they basically need to be able to describe the words that show illustration or elaborating in a text,
Identify or describe?
or identify, or describe. I don't know.
Oh, are you talking about them writing, or are you talking about them looking for something?
So they're looking for it and then identifying which words create that picture.
Isn't that citing evidence?
Yes. The illustration, from what I was understanding, is the words that create that picture in your mind. The illustrating words.
Okay. So yeah, I think you're talking more about when they respond to something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, describing
Mm-hmm.
what the text is saying.
Yes.
Manny?
I put they need to say text to support ideas, and they need to make an argument or inference.
Is what I wrote here a good idea? I put reword in a contextual event.
Like summarize?
Like summarize.
Summarize? Okay.
Paraphrase, expound it.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
All right. What about for? Are we happy with it?
Mm-hmm.
What about for 6.4? Determine the meaning of words and phrases as they are used in a text, including figurative.
And to put what is a phrase and what is figurative language.
Mm-hmm.
Does this have to do with vocabulary too?
Yes. So understanding. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I guess of words, yeah.
Okay.
But how to use context clues.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That's what I was say too.
This is like academic appropriate language.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then maybe that's a show. Okay, what about for show? I put use figurative languages when responding verbally.
They have to identify the figurative language.
Okay.
They
I don't have to use it. Okay.
I mean, unless they're quoting the text, but.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Use the context clues to define the words.
Cool. All right. Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Determine author's point of view or purpose in the text and explain how it is conveyed in the text.
So what is point of view, who's the author?
Mm-hmm.
Who is the author?
Yeah.
Like they need background to know their purpose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Like, is it LMLK, then we kind of already know what he's.
That's interesting. I think
Maybe not point of view, we know his purpose. That would determine point of view as like first person, third person, and author's purpose, like MLK, like to like raise awareness about his cause. You know?
Yeah,
Okay.
well then purpose.
So they are putting
Purpose
this
and point of view
together.
are
There, so it's other's point of view or purpose, so that would be,
you need to know one or the other.
And right now they're actually trying to figure out
so
how the,
both slash.
What is POV and what is thought?
and they are kind of trying to put the two together now. Like, how does the author's purpose affect their point of view? You know, so it is going to end up being together.
Mhm. Now, how would they show that? Citing evidence?
Yeah,
Yeah. How do you want that cited?
a race,
Alright.
a way to support an argument. Race is fine. I would say.
Oh,
Does people agree?
Mm-hmm.
justify?
because they need to like make a claim, like what do they think the point of view is, they need to, or the purpose, they need to
Right.
make a claim on, I think the author's purpose is to do this, I know this because of this point in the text, and then I'm
Oh,
gonna
right,
explain the quote,
author's point
right?
of view.
Yeah.
So, and annotate, we will be able to annotate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, were you asking me to justify, or are you just putting it as the students to justify?
I just put just.
Oh, I thought you were
Are
asking
they
me to
gonna
justify, sorry.
No.
That's why I was.
No, asking the
explaining.
students just, I think the evidence, E and racist evidence, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think,
No, it's explanation.
Oh.
C is cite
C is cite
evidence, B
evidence.
is explanation.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important.
Yep.
And
Wonderful.
I think that's a great list. Is there anything that we would add or subtract? I'm sorry about my chicken scratch, that was horrible.
Very good.
But let's go now to the actual assessment, the student, the student response sheet, and let's create an exemplar or work on some of the problems for about 5 minutes. And keep in mind, as you're doing that, ask yourself this question. As the exemplar, what is the, anyway, no, let's create the exemplar first. And then we're gonna kind of think about what we want the kids to know and show from an exemplar. Okay? So, Miss Katie, let's me and you do 1 and 2. And then,
Do you
well,
have the
no,
text
I'm sorry.
first?
Yeah, we have to read the text first.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the beginning.
Oh, that's all? I thought it was basically like a novel.
Actually, no, this is all the text. I'm sorry, let's,
Maybe read
Miss
together.
Katie, we're gonna do 3 and 4,
Okay.
and then, Ms. Diaz and Ms. Talent, you can do the last page 13. We're gonna kind of skip over the, or we can just do this quickly. So let's read the text first, let's do like 2 minutes of reading really quick.
answering the question?
We can do the questions if you want.
I'm wondering, are we
I don't think so.
annotating?
Well, you can annotate, but what I want you guys to do is, cause this reading goes with the questions at the end, correct? I'm gonna be kind. So if you guys could do page 13, you and Maddie, and then
Like answering the question?
just filling out the responses. Keeping in mind what we want the kids to know and show for the standards, because the standards are addressed here. And then Kitty and I will do,
Actually, this is really challenging for sixth graders.
That's what I thought too.
For a point of view, at least, like that's ridiculous. It's not very evident.
well, yeah, and I don't, oh wait, go ahead, you guys.
Okay, so
Because I didn't even see where,
it is, and it's completely not for me. I thought I said like
Yeah,
music
so
so
when I
much.
first read
Like
it,
it's not like first grade because they actually
that's
like,
misreading,
they
correct?
were more like
Yeah.
barriers,
Okay,
like,
where does it say Ruby camps?
Yeah, I don't think it talks about that.
right, that's what I
So how
gathered,
is this
that they're
introduced
wanting us to
to-
say here, not like
What I'm
the
asking, what I'm
typical point
wondering.
of view, like first person, second person,
well-
third person. Is that what you're?
I don't know, I kinda gave it to them, but I mean, we had been talking,
Because I
I
would
think it was
ask-
prior to this,
say I think
about
evidence,
the
which is like
aftermath of the
a certain
earthquakes.
way she's feeling,
So I think
but
we
would
had a
struggle,
better
like,
idea
especially as a
before
student,
even
but then
these
like,
students.
Yeah, so you kind of like.
actual
separated
words,
it.
Yes.
right? So I'm
Alright, so let's
thinking,
go
like, the
to
way how she's feeling
Emma
is,
Burke
she asks
uses
questions,
figures
could you
when
imagine
water
the
is now more precious than
use
gold.
of water
What does she
distributed
mean
to be
by
an easy
this?
one, like during their time of like an active
So-
disaster,
So
that
like
is figure
refugees or
English,
something
correct?
has happened.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep.
So she's like, I
And
know
it
she's
says
like
it right
cynical
over
and
here,
panicked,
water
like
more precious
obviously
than
they're facing
the
hardship.
gold.
Mhm.
So
and
now
then
they
she's
drop
talking
in
about
the
like it's
sleep
dusty and hot. Is
that
what's
kinda
in
gives
ashes
off the
in her
idea
eyes? She's like-
That,
But I don't know how to
you know,
use it
they
as a
didn't
point of
know
view.
if they were gonna get any more, and maybe it was polluted because of the pipes breaking and everything.
Mhm.
So,
Well, okay, so I think it's important to
it's
understand
hard to get, you know, clean
what the
water,
story is
is what
about.
it sounds like.
So,
So you were saying,
so yeah, so
oh,
that's
it's
using,
not on the same story.
context
Oh, but I thought you were on the.
from the text
Yes.
Yeah,
To-
that's
Oh,
the
it
finished,
continues.
yeah.
to
I did not
describe
finish it.
figure,
Oh.
so describe what the
Finish
text
it.
is saying.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you can use.
And so I would say,
I was just like-
according, I mean, I would even say that in one part would be
Mhm.
according to the text. Not a drop.
Okay, so it seems more mostly about her husband.
Showing
Like,
that water
his
is
gratitude?
Fair,
valuable.
What's that?
he's being fair. It's like, so here it
I would
says,
like to
a man would argue for his wife and look down the long line of Americans, Japanese,
How
Negroes,
does one
Chinese, and all sorts of degrees of men, women, and children. And then she says that someone would argue for just a cupful. It'll only take a moment, and then the
So-
husband says, but that moment belongs to someone else. And then
Being fair despite the hardship.
he has a fierce look covering his soft heart.
So you're taking it very situational, like, a point of view about the situation.
Yeah, she's
I think that's good.
just now.
So it seems to me like.
Then she says it was just an hour and a half before he came Miss Fawcett. So this person that would argue for a pitcher, for a
Sounds
cup
like
for
they're
his
trying to
wife,
survive, basically.
would get to the Fawcett
So
an hour and a
illustrating
half
for
later,
sure,
just
like
an hour and a
huddle,
half later.
you
So
know,
it's like,
Huddling
She's-
together,
thinks her husband's
kind
being
of
very
chaotic.
fair.
I would agree with
Putting
you
on
and use, yeah, and choose
introducing,
that
it's
to
more
like
like
this question
what a
versus
person
is
would
there
see when
evidence
they
you
got
imagine
there,
this
so
water distribution to be
kind
an
of
easy
like
one.
making
That's how we
it,
know what the
I
situation
don't know, making it real.
is, and then the just a couple, it's just a moment.
So it makes them feel like they were there.
That's what you
Right.
said.
What I've been talking to them as well is like the senses, if it's like telling you what they're seeing,
that
hearing,
the postal
smelling,
water
whatever.
distributor is really
I've been talking to them
It's
about
really
that as
difficult
well,
for us
to
to
make you
be fair.
feel like you were there.
Right.
Mhm. So real, so like appealing to senses.
And then elaborating, when we talk about elaborating, I think that here, it would make an example I would show, really, detailed from the text.
So things like this, like late at night, I heard a cry, I don't know, is that
Yes,
just giving
exactly,
more.
like it's giving more of a feel, right?
Mhm.
Late at night, yeah,
Mhm.
for example, late at night. Just to add to this
So
kind
then
of
we're adding,
chaotic feel
that.
Yeah.
and what it must have been like.
Yeah, so
Do you imagine the
Does that make sense?
Yep.
I'm just
Giving
doing like
examples.
summary question in paragraph 5.
The where
that
of
she
a
asked.
baby, right?
And then 7.
Where does it say that?
But also 6. I think it's really 5, 6, and 7 are the crucial parts.
Cool.
How does author compare
So-
with you?
To know, I
Your
think
questions?
it's really need to
Some figurative language,
be
like
able
energy.
to paint a picture, right,
Mm-hmm.
in your head, and then use
All sorts
the
of different
language
reasons,
in the
yeah,
text to
figurative,
imagine themselves being there.
Mm-hmm.
to say like there's
Because that's the way
different
they
colors.
understand.
Figurative, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
really kind of
And
internalizing
language
figurative
and-
language. For this one, interesting,
And her like internal knowledge.
Internal
like her
dialogue.
husband.
identifying it and then use it, use context
What
clues.
is it that, yeah, it's just,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what you have to do here, right?
Yep.
These are, that's exactly what that is, context clues.
but it's definitely not like directly stated. It's more like implied. Would you agree?
Yeah. She doesn't say like, this is a difficult book, he's a good man.
Yeah, she goes, do you imagine that this is easy? So you kind of feel like infer the opposite.
Alright, all ready?
Yeah.
So for the exemplar, what you did was create an exemplar. What do we want the kids to know? Don't look at this right now, but Katie, what did we say for our questions? We had 2 questions. One had to do with figurative language and the other one with elaboration.
Alright, so for number 3, it was asking about water being, it was saying that Emma Burke used figurative language, water is more precious than gold. So asking what it means. So according to the text, we found some context clues to help us understand this. For example, not a drop can be wasted. This shows that water is more valuable than gold. So we needed to use context clues
So we're back.
to understand it.
We used context clues
Mm-hmm.
to understand.
Figurative language.
And so what do we want the kids to know there? They had to know
What context clues are.
how to use
Mr.
context.
Zick, if you're still in the building, please come to the office. Mr. Zick.
Excellent.
And then I was thinking that they have to be able to paint a picture. That's more. It's more
Paint a
elaborate.
picture?
Yeah.
That actually would be good too, because I feel like
That
if
was
they can
one for
imagine
4.
it, it's like they're there.
Because like elaboration, I think in this case, because the question was, there was 3 sections in the first one. How did the author introduce this? How did the author illustrate it? And then how did they elaborate?
Mm-hmm.
And so that whole progression, I think, was like building or illustrating or identifying that the author illustrates a picture. I don't know how I would describe that.
Yeah.
Help me.
See, so for introducing, you want to appeal to the senses and make it feel real.
Okay,
So describing the scene, setting the scene,
that's
basically.
yes.
Let's see.
And really, it lends itself to these here, the
Yeah.
main characters and the main idea.
Yeah.
You really had to know the main idea, and you had to be able to describe the scene and really, I would even say, to answer this question properly, you
Yep.
had to use that strategy. What did you guys find for yours?
No and Joe, we kind of just did the question.
So the student needs to understand that the woman is talking, the wife of this person who gets the post. So,
Identify the narrator.
yeah,
Say it again.
Identify the narrator.
ID
Oh, okay.
narrator. And to answer these questions, they're mostly in the last, paragraphs 4 to 7.
Would an exemplar really have like evidence from the text?
Yeah, it would need to be
Yeah.
able to extract the best evidence, so they would need to understand that the last few paragraphs are key to understanding, to answering this question. And they would have to have like a pretty strong understanding of like figurative and implied language.
Yeah, and inferred, they need to know what that means.
Cool. Is there a gap between the exemplar know and show and the know and show for the standards that we came up with? More so that we can kind of think about that gap as we look at the student responses. While you guys struggle with